Hello YouTube, what is up? Eroctic here. In today's video, what is up? DAWNBLADE is up. In today's video we are gonna talk about the DAWNBLADE subclass from the Warlock. We're gonna go over his skills, I'm gonna show you his abilities, his ultimate, how to use his skills properly, and when I was theory crafting his skills, there is actually a combo that you can actually use quite efficiently. We're gonna talk that a little bit later, but first, intro. The DAWNBLADE's super or the ultimate ability is called Daybreak. When you use the super, he's gonna lit himself on fire and he's gonna throw the fire blades on his enemies. I'm strongly recommending you to use the super while in the air, because when you jump in the air and use the ultimate, he's gonna stay in the air as long as the ultimate is active. But not just that, when you unlock Fated for the Flame, your flame blades are actually gonna seek the targets, aka the only way to escape from his ult is if the enemy is hiding behind the cover, and if your flaming projectiles hit the target, they're gonna erupt with a huge AoE blast. We actually do not have the footage of that because this guide was recorded in beta, and the same goes for the Everlasting Fire. If you kill your opponent with the super, it is gonna extend its duration. There is one more active ability that I wanna talk about while in the super, it is called Phoenix Dive. While airborne, when you are dashing, everyone that is standing around you is gonna take AoE damage. Before I'm gonna talk about his flying abilities, I wanna cover the rest of his abilities first. So let's talk about the grenades. The DAWNBLADE can pick between 3 grenades: Solar Grenade, Fusion Grenade, and the Firebolt Grenade. The Solar Grenade is the damage overtime grenade, which means when you throw it, it is gonna explode, and after the explosion, it is gonna leave the damage overtime effect on that area.
This is Commander Zavala.
If there is a lot of enemies that are standing on the same place, this grenade is perfect for dealing major amounts of damage. We also have the Fusion Grenade. The Fusion Grenade is DAWNBLADE's sticky grenade. When you throw it, it is gonna stick to the enemy, which means enemy won't be able to get away from it. And on top of that, if you successfully hit the target with your grenade, it is gonna deal even more damage. And on the end we have a Firebolt Grenade. It is gonna suck the enemies around the explosion, and then it is gonna erupt with a huge damage. This is the DAWNBLADE's crowd control grenade, so my best bet is that the Fireball Grenade will be the best grenade for the PvP. Let's talk about the DAWNBLADE's melee ability now. When the DAWNBLADE uses his melee ability, it is gonna activate 2 passive abilities: Igniting Touch and the Swift Strike. As you can see, both abilities have a burning effect, which means it is gonna double dip. Igniting Touch is gonna also create the AoE blast, and the Swift Strike is gonna give you buff that is gonna increase your movement and the reload speed.
That ship off the field.
The DAWNBLADE can pick between 2 support skills, Empowering Rift and the Healing Rift. With these 2 abilities, you're gonna decide do you wanna go with the offensive or the defensive playstyle. When you activate your Empowering Rift, it is gonna create huge AoE circle beneath you, and everyone that is standing inside of the Empowering Rift is gonna get 50% extra damage buff. Or if you wanna play more defensively, you're gonna pick Healing Rift. It is gonna create the rift of the same size like the Empowering Rift, but in this case, everyone that is standing inside of this rift is gonna get heal overtime effect. Let's talk about power jumps now. I left it for last because if you do not like gliding, Downblade is definitely not subclass for you. Since the Downblade has that character style of the Phoenix, it is gonna be logical for this subclass to focus around flying. The Downblade can choose between 3 glides: Burst Glide, Balance Glide and the Strafe Glide. With the Burst Glide, you will be able to move and the furthest and the highest. If you pick the Balanced Glide, it has lower range than a Strafe Glide, but you're gonna move in the air a little bit faster, and on top of that, redirect your movement. And there is of course a Strafe Glide. The Strafe Glide has much lower traveling distance, but if you pick the Strafe Glide, you will have no issues with your movement while gliding. I have placed the passive ability Phoenix Dive again in this section, just because it has the synergy and with your super and with the power jump. While airborne, you can use the passive ability called Icarus Dash, which is gonna dash you forward, and when you use the Icarus Dash, it is gonna activate the Phoenix Dash again. Every time when you dash in the air, it is gonna restore your HP.
Okay, my ghost keeps tagging these Cabal as Red Legion. Cora, what do you got?
They're elite, ruthless, and rumor is they have never known—
Before we continue, I just wanna point out few things first. It does not say anything anywhere, but when you're playing as a Downblade, while you're in the air and you're holding your gliding button, the Downblade is gonna stay in the air and it is gonna slowly glide towards the ground. And at this point, you can clearly see that the Downblade is focused around gliding. Yeah, but what are the benefits from the gliding? Well, actually, you have a synergy with kills while killing from the air. Thanks to the Winged Sun passive ability, you are gonna be able to shoot and throw grenades while airborne. And on top of that, thanks to the hit rises, your airborne kills are gonna recharge the grenade and the melee abilities. Okay, now when we learned how the Downblade works, here is the rotation how you need to play the Downblade. I did not record it because there was no time, but I can theory craft it. So on the beginning, you shoot the target and get him low. And when the target is low, you're gonna use your melee ability to increase your movement and the reload speed. And after that, you're gonna jump in the air with the burst glide, because you can jump the highest. You're gonna hold your gliding button, you're gonna throw the grenade on the target, you're gonna shoot the targets with your primary, and when you're killing the targets, it is gonna give you grenades and the melee skill again. You can use the Icarus Dash to reposition. I did not test it out, but I'm guessing that it will work. If you use the Icarus Dash upwards, it is gonna hold you in the air even longer, and then again holding the gliding button, shooting the enemies and killing them with the grenades again. When the Swift Strike buff is done and the reload speed is normal, you can then again melee down the opponent that is low on life, get the buff again and do the same rotation again. This was my Downblade tutorial. If you're interested for another classes, you can check my channel. I will be covering Destiny 2 in a fully hardcore mode. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one. Eroctic out.